Hey everyone, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Vojchehoske and welcome to the Real Estate Classroom's YouTube channel where my mission is simple and that's to help you pass your real estate exam the first time. Hey, do me a favor real quick, give this video a thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, click on the notification bell. All right. So I had a student reach out to me the other day. She had taken her real estate exam and there was a term that was on there that she had never seen before and it was mortgagee in possession. And she was like, what does that mean? And how does it differ from assignment of rents? And to be honest with you, this is the first time that I have heard anyone say that they've had this concept, mortgagee in possession, on their real estate exam. Assignment of rents, I've talked about it in other videos. It's been on other people's tests. However, this is the first time, so I thought I would cover it. That's why, guys, it's so important that whether you're listening to me or one of the other people that's on YouTube that's helping you try to pass your exam, when you take your exam, if there are concepts and things on there that you haven't heard before, that you reach out and let us know so we can update the content for you. We don't necessarily need to know what the test question was, but we do need to know what was on the exam so then we could make sure that you're properly educated because we don't have access to what's on the test. And a lot of what's on the test is given to us by students so we know what to teach. So anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. So assignment of rents, which I've talked about in a previous video, versus mortgagee in possession. Now, assignment of rents is a provision that's either in a mortgage that's being used as collateral or in a deed of trust. It is assignment of rents always evolves around the borrower who is in default of their monthly payments. And what happens is the owner is still in control, but they're not making their payments. So what happens is the lender will contact the tenants directly and say, start sending your monthly rent payments to either us or our authorized representatives, which is many times a property management company that they hire to do that. Again, tenant pays their rent directly to the lender or their authorized representative. Now, this can lead to mortgagee in possession, but it doesn't necessarily always mean that it does. Okay. Now, assignment of rents, remember, is all around the financial side of it. The owner still remains in control of the property. They're still doing maintenance, those type of things. Now, mortgagee in possession goes a little bit further than the assignment of rent. So again, it is also a provision in a mortgage or in a deed of trust. Now, the borrower may or may not be in default of their mortgage payments. Typically, where I've seen this personally is where there's poor management of the property. One of the things when an investor sits down and signs all the documents at closing, one of the requirements to get the money from the bank is you have to take care of the property. And if you're not making your tax payments or there's code violations on the property, those type of things, well, the lender is notified of those items and that puts the borrower in default of their agreement. And because of that, the lender, if it gets bad enough, the lender can say, you're not doing your job as agreed to in our contract. Therefore, we're going to physically take over control of that property, meaning the borrower is no longer in control of that property. They have nothing to do with that property. Now, at this point, title hasn't transferred and it doesn't need to. The owner still has a legal title, but what happens because of those agreements that borrower has signed, the lender is invoking mortgagee in possession. They take physical control of the property, which means maintenance and everything else, collecting of the rents and so forth. And typically what happens is because they're not in the management business, they hire a property manager to take over the day-to-day operations of the property managing the property. Now, usually at the same time, what happens is they will also invoke the assignment of rents. So then it allows the property management company to collect the rents directly from the tenants as well. All right. So it's important to remember when you are deciding whether it's assignment of rents or mortgagee in possession that you understand the context of the question. So assignment of rents deals with the financial side only. Mortgagee in possession deals with the physical control, which may include ultimately the financial side, but that's the distinction. So when you're reading that test question, you have to know the context of what they are asking you. This course went live about 6 weeks ago. I have hundreds of practice exam questions. I add anywhere between 5 and 25 new questions each and every day. Using practice exam questions is a very legitimate and awesome way to help you study and prepare for your real estate exam. If you want to check it out, I got the website right there, therealestateclassroom.thinkific.com. I'll put a link down below in the video description and also the comments as well. Check it out. That's all I got, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.